Hi again, I'm Madison Brown, the owner of Madison Daily Bookkeeping. I serve brand and web designers and other creative online entrepreneurs to make bookkeeping approachable and accessible. And today I'm really going to dig into the jargon of my industry because bookkeeping and accounting can feel really complicated. But most of the time they're not. If you're new to this channel, let this be your video dictionary so you can understand what I'm talking about and what the words and terms I'm using actually mean. And be sure to subscribe because I don't just talk about dictionary definitions of bookkeeping basics. I also talk about why knowing your business finances is empowering, how to have fun with your money, and what to do if you want to grow your business bank accounts. And that's worth a click on the subscribe button, don't you think? Okay, so let's dive in. What words should you really understand when it comes to your accounting and bookkeeping? First up, revenue. Revenue is all the money you brought in from all your different income streams. I'm talking your one-to-one clients, your template shop, the course you have, the mastermind you're running, basically any money coming in the door. Now, revenue does not include money you've added to the business or money that grandma gave you to start things up. Revenue is earned. Grandma may love you, but any cash she gives you is not money earned. Cash earned is only the money that you make for products sold or services provided. Next, let's talk about expenses. Expenses are simply anytime you spend money on the business. You swipe your credit card, pay a contractor, you have an auto pay subscription to your softwares, purchase a lot of fonts from Creative Market. Those are all expenses. As a side note, please don't pay your contractors via Venmo. I'll have another rant about this one day, but for now, just know it's not the best way to pay your contractors or your employees. Now, profit. What is profit? I legitimately get stars in my eyes when I talk about profit. Profit is what's left over after expenses. I like to use my magic beans to really demonstrate this. Get it? I'm a bean counter. All these beans in here are revenue. I earned these beans, right? Then I take out beans for each bill I pay. Some for contractor payments, some for software subscriptions, double for fonts. I see you, brand and web designers. What's left over after all my bills are paid and all my expenses come out is profit. Revenue up, expenses down. What's left over is profit. Look at all those beans I have left. If there is one number that you know in your business, month over month, you need to know your profit. This is like your playground. What can you pay yourself? What can you reinvest back into the business? What should you be saving for taxes? Profit determines that. This also leads to my next definition, profit margin. Your profit margin is your profit divided by your revenue. Revenue is up top, expenses come out, profit is what's left over. Profit divided by revenue tells us what percentage of each dollar that you get to keep. For example, if you have $100 of revenue and you have $30 left over after expenses, your profit margin is 30%. If you have a really high profit margin, like 70 to 80%, that means that you don't have a lot of expenses relative to your revenue. And that sounds great, right? Like, wow, you're keeping so much money from your projects. But sometimes that shows us that you need to be spending more though, because 70 to 80% profit margin means that you're probably doing everything yourself. I always tell my clients that a healthy profit margin is somewhere between 40 to 60%. I'm okay with it being even lower at around 30% if you're still paying yourself, you have a built-out team that you're paying, and you're still saving for taxes. All this talk about profit leads me to another term that you need to know, P&L. What is a P&L? P&L stands for a profit and loss report. This is a report that simply shows you what revenue you earned, what expenses you incurred, and what's left over. Remember, profit being that number one number that you need to know in your business, your P&L is going to be the number one report you need to look at in your business. Not sure if I already mentioned this before, but profit is your playground. This really tells you how much you can pay yourself, how much you need to save for taxes, what you can reinvest back in your business. It's so much fun to know that number because it dictates what happens in your business. Another report you should know about is your cash summary. I actually really love the cash summary report, and I don't think business owners look at it enough. It's more of a holistic picture of all the cash coming in, all the cash going out, owner's draws coming out, credit card payments coming out, payments to the government coming out, and what's left over. It really shows you with what cash you started with, what cash came in, what cash was spent, and what's your ending balance. Now, let's talk about a few terms that come up on reports like this. Assets, liabilities, equity. Oof, my jargon radar is going off. Assets are things you own, like cash in the bank, the desk you're sitting at, equipment you've had to purchase, and so on. For most online entrepreneurs, we're really just talking about cash in the bank. Liabilities are what you owe. Credit card balances, Stripe or PayPal loans, bank loans, outstanding invoices that you need to pay to contractors. A gentle reminder to please pay your contractors. That kind of thing. Then equity is how much you've paid into the business. This can really be a complex topic, so I'm going to use colors to demonstrate. Let's say you've just started your business, you're opening up a new bank account, and you're putting a little bit of money, $100, into a new bank account. Equity is purple. All of these beans are purple. Then you're earning revenue, clients are paying you, products are being sold. Revenue is going up. Revenue, red. Let's think of revenue as red. Then you have expenses to pay. Let's think of expenses as blue. We're pulling these expenses out, paying our people, paying our subscriptions. Blue is coming out. Everything that's left over is equity, and equity is purple. When you're paying yourself an owner's draw, when you're transferring money from your business bank account to your personal bank account, that's actually reducing the equity in your business. It's not blue, it's not an expense, it's purple that's reducing the actual cash in your bank account. Woo! If you got that, kudos. That is seriously a complex topic. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about the people who help you with your accounting, taxes, and business finances. A bookkeeper and a CPA. A bookkeeper is someone who manages your transactions, categorizes your income and expenses, and puts together really strong, accurate reports that you can use to file your taxes and make big business decisions. A CPA is a certified public accountant that uses those reports from your business as well as other holistic things happening in your life to prepare your tax return. They're also going to be looking at your investment properties, your partner's W-2, if you bought a house, if you've had a baby, to actually tell you what to do for your tax return. They're also the ones drinking wine on a Friday night and reading up on the IRS rules and regulations. CPAs know about things like credits and deductions for your specific industry, and some might actually be able to help you plan for long-term wealth. Of course, not everyone needs a bookkeeper or a CPA when you're first starting out. In fact, in one of my most recent videos, I talked about why a simple bookkeeping spreadsheet might be all that you need, and that might do for most new business owners. Check that out at the link below. Phew, okay, I know that was a lot. It was like a crash course in accounting terms, but it'll really help you feel more confident as you dig into your business finances. If you've ever heard a term that wasn't covered here, drop it in the comments below. I would love to reply to you there, or you might inspire a part 2. Thanks again for being here. I really hope this demystifies some of those weird words. Remember, you got this. All right, make sure you subscribe to see next week's video. Bye, y'all.